Welcome or welcome back to the CNC Advantage. It's Christine Cooper as usual. Huh? Right? Oh, we're being a beautiful boy today, aren't we? Yeah. Well, we were just called to do another reading before I run off and do some errands. So we're just going to take a quick peek and see what Spirit has to say. Hope everyone's having a great day. Just so you know, all my readings are timeless. So whenever it finds you, it's meant to find you. If it doesn't find you, it wasn't meant for you. This is a collective reading, so not everything is going to resonate. So just take what does and leave the rest for that doesn't, right? And also remember that the kings and queens and stuff like that represent energy, not the gender. So a male can carry the queen energy and a female can carry the king energy. So it does not always have to represent the sex that we're talking about. Just a couple things just to keep in mind, okay? All right, let's get started. Let's see the cut. And we cut right to the Hermit. The Hermit is a great card. It's Major Arcana. It's showing that you're taking the time to study, to research, to learn about yourself, your craft, and you're just kind of just doing you right now. Ooh. And this might be why. You have the Three of Swords and the Page of Cups in reverse. So you might have received a message that you didn't like because you got the Three of Swords here, which is third-party interference. However you want to take that. So that could be someone trying to steal your person. That could be someone interfering with your work. That could be someone in your person's ear, maybe in your ear, right? Telling you a bunch of bad things. Not true. I say not true because this is in reverse, right? I would say it's more about love than work because we have cups. If it was pentacles, I would think more a message of work and your success. So I'm gonna follow that. So let's see. It's gonna break your heart. I'm sorry. I have my heart broken recently. No one enjoys that shit, you know? But you see this person, they're taking time to reflect upon it. So that way it doesn't build up and become this anger monkey on your back, you know? Allow the emotions to come, because they're gonna. There's no stopping it, right? Take the time to allow it to happen. Don't just rush on to the next thing just to cover it up with something else. Take the time to let it flow through you and then be like, could I have done something differently? Maybe better? What is there to learn from trusting the person that I trusted? What is there to learn from them saying that they've been hanging out with this person and I just allowed it to happen? You know, because I didn't feel threatened. I had no reason to feel threatened, right? So it's not always your insecurities that get you. Sometimes it's other people's envy and jealousy, and they just don't like seeing other people happier than they are. So they ruin whatever good thing they've got going, right? And when you're receiving messages, so if it was your messages, right, that you were taking guidance from Spirit, people can send you bad thoughts, right? And sometimes you have to take a look at those and be like, is this my insecurities that I'm projecting onto this person? You know, I don't feel good about myself, so now I feel that they don't feel good about me, and then I start making them try to make me feel better. That could be. But it could also be spirit or your higher self speaking directly to you. And sometimes people can send other spirits to you to screw with your head. And you're like, God, I can't tell the difference. Here's a nice little failsafe. And you have to do it 3 times, because on the 3rd time, they can't lie, right? So 3 times you need to ask spirit or whoever's speaking to you, do you benefit my highest good? And if they say yes 3 times, they're on your side. You can trust that. Even though you don't like the message. Like mine was to leave the person I'm with so I could continue on my spiritual path. And I was like, really? Because, you know, I do love him, you know, and I forgive him for his faults, and I'm willing to help him learn and grow into whatever man he will be, you know, whatever he wants to become. Not forcing it, but just encouraging him, you know, and I was okay with that. And Spirit's like, no, honey, you deserve better. He does not treat you the way that you deserve. Boy, I didn't want to hear it. And I've been receiving this message for weeks. And I finally left. It's not all bad, right? It's tricky, but it's not all bad. And but I tell you what, last night I took the time to feel it. And yeah, I cried, and I didn't have anyone to really talk to that much. So I just dealt with it myself, like this fella, right? A message of love that I didn't want to hear. But it came from within. And I asked on a couple of different occasions, does this benefit my highest good? 3 times. And I got 6 yeses. And then taking the next steps to remove myself from this 3 of Swords. Right? Now, my situation is not exactly ideal right now. I don't know what you're going through and what this will cause for you. But what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. And sleeping in your car in 20-degree weather makes you stronger. Moving on, loving yourself, giving yourself the self-respect to say, I deserve better. I deserve someone who appreciates all of me. My smarts, my wits, my humor, my spirituality. What I really am. And stop compromising so much that I compromise myself so far away, right? I'm no longer compromising too much. But I still try to keep that balance of compromise. You know, I don't want to be that person who's like, it's my way or the highway. But this time, Spirit said, hit the highway. So I left. I told him I was leaving. I was supposed to leave last week. I fought so hard that Spirit started making me sick. I wasn't physically really ill. I didn't have a cold or da-da-da, but my body ached. I was getting like leg spasms. I was tired a lot, like excessively tired, taking 2-3 hour naps. Now, I slept last night in my car in 20-degree weather, and I woke up feeling more energized than I did sleeping in a nice warm bed with him. And I don't hurt today. And I'm not tired. My heart's still sad. But I'm okay. I'm actually feeling better. So, the second that you make the right decision that benefits your highest good, so whatever that is for you and what Spirit's telling you, try to listen to it. If you can't hear it, try to go for a walk. Go sit by the beach, sit by water. Maybe late at night, go stargazing. You know, just take quiet time for you. Unplug your devices. You can have music, that's fine. I would suggest frequencies because it doesn't have words. And that way, the thoughts that come through are your own or Spirit's, right? And don't forget to ask the 3 important questions. Does this benefit my highest good? If even one of those answers is no, don't follow it. You'll hear it. You'll hear it plain as day, okay? Oh, this is intense energy here. Oh boy. Ooh. Well, we've got, these two came up together on this one. You have the Hierophant and the 3 of Cups. Okay. When you take this message and you process all of it, you're going to learn to stand in your own power. Stand in what you are, what you know. Go back to the basics if you feel lost. Meditation, cleansing your spaces by smudging, play with your crystals, you know, take a bath, add some salts, some oils, essential oils, coconut oil, and there's so many great things that you can add to your bath. But this is going to allow you to stand in your own power, in peace, in your own righteousness, if you will, right? And it's just automatically going to draw wildlife to you, animals. It's going to call the universe into alignment with you, right? Which brings about your 3 of Cups. So when people see you standing in this kind of energy, the Hierophant, they want to be a part of it. They can't help but be drawn to you, to your light, to your energy. It's not about what you look like or what you're saying or how funny you are. I mean, those help, right? But it's about so within, so without, right? What you are inside shines like a bright light that people cannot resist. They're like, oh my God, I want to be a part of that. How do I become a part of that? How do I make that light glow within me? And that's where you can stand in your power and you can show them the way. I did this. I did this. I made sure that I was doing the right thing by doing this. And then I stood strong, steady, calm, peaceful, and how I ended it. I didn't become a raging bull, if you will, a bull in a china shop. I didn't ruin their lives. I didn't cause destruction and disaster in my wake. I just left. I told them, you know what? This isn't working for me. I received messages from Spirit. I fought it. And I'm deciding not to fight it anymore. Just stand in what you are and don't destroy them on the way out. Believe me, if Spirit told you to leave them, they've got enough things to work on them, right? That's not your person. And it is not your job to fix them, to punish them. None of that. I don't even care if they cheated. I know what that feels like. But the best thing that you can do to a person is just walk away and be happy. Be you. And be like, you know what? Love is love. And love is real. But that person just wasn't meant for me. And other people are going to be like, damn, I'm inspired by you. How did you do it so calm? So peaceful. How did you not tear them down to let them know what a piece of shit they really are? Because deep down, they already know this. And they did it anyway. Right? They did it anyway. There wasn't a single thing that you can say that they don't already know. So you thank them for all that they've done. Remind them that they are a good person, but they are capable of being more. Hopefully inspire them to do the work, the inner work, to work on themselves. Because if there's a million things in this world people can take away from you, that is not one of them. And I tell you what, in a world where everyone celebrates nude pictures and their sexuality and material over treating people kindly, your actions, your inner work, your light is going to draw others in. They're going to be like, man, I want to be a part of that. How can I be a part of that? How can I take what's so good in them and make it mine? And you can. Everyone can. It is possible. It is not easy, right? But it is possible. And it's just opening up one can of worms at a time and truly looking at yourself. I mean, don't beat yourself up. That does no good, right? But be honest, be real, and be like, you know what? I could have handled that better. Next time I will. Next time when I have that terrible, nasty thought, I'm going to look into their eyes and look at them like they're 5. Now, would I say that to my 5-year-old? No. I wouldn't do that. Right? Nurture what they are. Wish them well. Now, when you can inspire others to be more than what they are, that is the best way. To not force it, right? Don't make it so it has to be your way. Don't tell them what they have to be. Don't tell them what they're not. Don't tell them, you can tell them, you know what, your actions hurt me, and this is why I'm leaving. But there's no reason to grab a hammer and just pound it into their asses, right? Don't be the devil. Don't give in to those temptations, those lower vibrations. The Hierophant is a great card. It can be tricky, but if you fall into your temptation of, oh, I could do this zinger, or they might actually start to feel what I felt, that's not our job. Our job is to fix us. Our job is to change how we react to other people. Now, I'm asking you not to react. I'm asking you to respond. There is a big difference. Reacting is saying that the top of whatever comes to your mind and just spit it out, right? As they're talking and they're pleading for you to stay and you got this all wrong, they're trying to get you to second guess yourself, that's devil energy. They are gonna fight with everything they got to keep you or to punish you for leaving, or stuff like that, right? Spirit is saying, I've got you. Respond. Think about this terrible thing that you just thought, and then look at them like they're 5. And would you say that to your 5-year-old? If the answer is no, don't say it. If you don't know how to answer or respond to something evil or vindictive or rotten that they just said, remain silent. Sometimes being silent is the greatest response you can have. Now, if you can't find the words, there is no requirement that you have to respond. Silence is a response. It's keeping calm. It's protecting yourself from bad karma. Now, you don't want someone saying those things to your son or your daughter or your mother or your father, or. And believe me, if there's anyone who is good at karma, it's Spirit. And he sees all, and he knows all. He knows your path, he knows their path. He sees the bigger picture. And if there's karma to be dealt, he will fucking do it. He will find a way. Okay? Whew. I can feel your stress. I know it's difficult. There were so many things that I could have said yesterday, and I didn't. A lot of ways I could have reacted, and I chose to walk away in peace You have the Phoenix in reverse. This deck is special in the fact that there are normally 22 major arcana. This one is 23. There's 2 extra ones in this deck. And you got one of them in the reverse. If you strike out at this person, it's only going to come back on you. If you lash out, if you become violent, if you're like, I can get even, I can even the score, I could go cheat on him with someone else, that is not how you step into this new energy. I could sleep with their best friend. They slept with mine. They slept with my sister. They slept with my brother, right? I'll get even. No. No, 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 no. Please do not do that. I'm hearing that as loud as I can hear. And the spirit is like, do not do that, because that is going to create your own bad karma when all you got to do is be like, you know what? They cheated on me because they don't feel whole as a person. They feel like they got to have everything and everyone. And if they try each piece of candy, that they're going to feel better. They're not. They're not taking the time to look at themselves and truly heal what's broken within them. Right? And if you go out and do the same, now you're stirring up the exact same demons that are eating them alive. Please don't do that. That is not the answer. It will prevent your rebirth of stepping in to your power, your true power, which is calm, peace, rational thought, kindness, not being a doormat and being like, oh, I forgave you, let's try again. No, no. The answer is to walk away. Avoid the devil energy so that way you can have your rebirth. Okay? Step into the light and make sure that you can turn this card right side up. You have the choice of how you respond. That's the only thing that we have control over really in this life, is how we react to things, how we respond. To choose not to react. To choose kindness over judgmental or handing out your own justice. That is for spirit and spirit alone. Why, you say? Because sometimes spirit tests you through other people, and they will have them do things that they wouldn't normally do, which hurts you, right? But spirit needed you to learn a lesson, that you weren't fully protecting yourself, or you weren't fully embracing yourself. And this was a way to get your attention and be like, damn, I didn't deserve that. What the hell did I do? It was just your wake-up call. And look at these people in your life, hon. Now, they had fun and they're great and this and that, and you had a lot of great moments together. I know you did. But they're not right for you. All these red flags that you see, and then you're like, I can compromise. I can compromise. I can compromise. And after a while, months, years later, you're like, shit, who the fuck am I anymore? Because you compromise so many of your core beliefs away to please them. Now you're not you. There are things to compromise on, and there are things not to compromise on. And Spirit's trying to show you which is which through this. Through these trials and tribulations, it is our job to look at it and learn the lessons that need to be learned. And the next time when you date someone, you feel like you're ready to open yourself up and truly trust again, you will see these red flags. Or when you see these red flags, you will know not to compromise yourself away. You'll be like, you know what? That doesn't work for me. Here's why. And you ask them to compromise. You ask them to do the inner work. If they're like, no, I'm fine, I'm good, I don't need to work on this, then just hit the road, Jack. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Right? Life is about lesson after lesson after lesson. And you're asking, when is it finally going to stop? When am I finally going to meet the person who loves me for me? And the answer is within you. The answer is when you love yourself more than you love them. They will learn to love you and appreciate you for that. If they make you doubt your intuition, your spirit, or your heart, those are red flags, hon. Serious, serious red flags. They want you to trust them more than you trust your own intuition. Now that's not cool. Your intuition is connected to your higher self, your subconscious mind, and it's trying to speak to you. And then they're like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You're just making things up just so you can leave. No. I wish I were. You're going to wish it too, probably. But no. It's okay to walk away. Just do you. Okay. All right. Spirit says that's enough. Whew. I have to disconnect from that energy. I got chills and feels like someone's sitting on my chest right now. It's a heavy, heavy reading. I'll be praying for you. And remember that you have everything you need to overcome any trial and any tribulation that comes your way. All right. And thank you for joining me. If you like this reading, please like, subscribe, and you'll be notified every time that I do another reading. All right. Well, thank you so much, and in love and light.